think when I was holding you over my head with your ass right in front of my face.
Huge congrats on what is my favourite film of the year so far. It's so brilliant. Colin's on this journey of self-discovery thanks to Ray. And I was wondering, how has this whole experience unlocked a new side of yourselves that you hadn't explored before?
Wow. What I learned from Colin, I think, making it is just how open-minded he is, right? And how he's so desperate for something to happen. I think you meet him and he's on the edge of something, right? He wants something to happen to break the cycle of his rather monotonous, boring life. And I've found reading that quite moving and inspirational in a way. So maybe that's something I've maybe brought into my life to, you know, be as sort of open-minded and to be as curious as Colin is.
Inspired by the fact that Ray is so assertive. I don't think I am, but I found that inspiring.
Well, there's so much trust there between you both. When did you realise that you guys clicked?
I think when I was holding you over my head with your ass right in front of my face.
Yeah.
And I realized that there's a real connection there.
There's something going
You're
on
like, that's
there.
my guy.
Yeah.
There's something going on here. Yeah. I mean, if you don't click whilst doing that, there's problems.
I felt the click.
That's it.
I felt it.
Was there a particular moment for you, Harry, though?
It was very easy. I mean, there wasn't a sort of eureka moment, you know? It wasn't like, oh, wow, this is going to really work. I think, you know, we didn't talk much about it before. We didn't talk at all about the characters or about what we wanted to try and explore. We just kind of turned up, we got wrestling, and the rest is history. You know, it really was, it was a lovely, very easy, organic experience, I think, in lots of ways.
It's so rare to see relationships like this on screen, especially shown with this sort of vulnerability. And I'm fascinated to know what performances you guys were inspired by whilst researching these characters, if there's any performances that you look to watch.
I've worked on projects and characters where I feel a need to, or not a need, but that it would be helpful to sit down and discuss the relationship and kind of map it out before you start shooting with the director and the other actors. And it's such a journey of discovery for Colin in a way, the whole story. And there was something quite interesting about not talking about it before, not sitting down and over-analyze it or intellectualize it, but just like jump in and let that discovery take place in front of the camera.
No, I think in a similar way, not discussing previous, like what the relationship is. I think there's some movies where that's useful. And again, there's some movies that you want to look at other material to help you sort of find the world. But with this, like you said, it was such a journey of discovery and a lot of mystery, I think, in terms of their relationship, in terms of constantly trying to read the other person. That actually was far more useful, I think, instinctively, just to kind of turn up and see what happened as opposed to having an idea of what you might want to do with it.
So much of it is Colin reading Ray's reactions and trying to figure out what Ray wants, right? It's like, okay, is this how am I supposed to do? Like, how is this game? Because it's obviously the first time Colin has ever played this game.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's about like, all right, is this what you want? Like, what? And like, it's kind of fun to have that exploration on camera.
The leather, the chains, big fan. How liberating did you guys find putting on those costumes, or lack of it at times?
Well, this might be a big spoiler, but actually no, it's not. But I have my hair shaved off, and so from that perspective, that was massively liberating. You know, just in terms of like such an expression of his commitment to this man and to the pillion idea. So I really enjoyed that aspect of his look.
Colin is Ray's little Barbie, or gets Ken doll, so it's fun to kind of dress him up, and I think Ray's really enjoying Colin's inexperience and the fact that Ray gets to kind of present something to Colin that he thinks might be right for him, and to see Colin take pride in, like, I'm now a member of the team. I get to wear what the other pillions are wearing, and I'm like, I get my own little padlock around my neck, and it's like it's a big thing, you know. So it's like it's a rite of passage in a way. And in terms of Ray's outfit, I thought it was a really fun balance of lots of leather and some kink gear, but also the biker gear that is a bit more. It's not the Tom of Finland version of the kinky gay biker. It's more Ray rides a crotch rocket, not a Harley Davidson. It's not like an old worn Marlon Brando style leather jacket. It's like a full bodysuit, you know, with like the padding and everything and the underlayers that aren't necessarily sexy, but like it's functionality. It's all about functionality. And there's something kind of, in a weird way, interesting about that, I think. I don't know if it's sexy, but it's like it radiates confidence that Ray walks around. He doesn't dress up for Colin. He's wearing his like sweatpants and underlayers from his like biking gear. So I think it was a fun balance of intense leather like gear and sweatpants.
Oh, I want the full biker suit now.
Yeah,
I think it's a look. I think it's a serious, you know, I hope it takes off.
cream colored.
Cream colour,
Yeah.
yeah.
He is my destiny.
The queer community are obsessing over this film. I was wondering, who are your favourite gay icons?
Wow. I mean, I love George Michael, but so many. Jake Shears.
Jake
Shears.
Shears.
I mean,
Is he coming tomorrow?
I think he is. I think he is.
Oh,
I saw
is
his
he?
name. I saw
Oh,
his name.
brilliant.
Great.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that the movies, it's been embraced by the queer community. That was such an important thing for us, I think. So thrilled that it seems to be happening, which is great.
Yeah, and other than Jake, like the whole biker gang are, well, most of them are members of GBMCC, Gay Biker Motorcycle Club. I think it was important for the authenticity of the film to have the bikers be in the movie and playing themselves and helping us out, and they were so generous with their time and patience and like just embracing us and telling this story in a way that hopefully feels real and authentic.
I mean, speaking of gay icons, I thought you were
I
going to
mean,
do it.
we had that
I
from,
did.
like-
I taught you well.
You did.
Do you often get fans like myself asking you about the paparazzi music video?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
How many pause up do you get?
Pause up.
Do you know about the pause up? I'm going to have to teach you about the pause up,
What is
aren't
that?
I? This is like the monster paw. So this is what Gaga does with her fans, and we all do this together. I highly
I know. I
recommend.
definitely knew that. Pause up, guys. Obviously, I knew that.
As soon as I saw it again, I was like, yeah, we got the plot.
Very good, the poor.
Definitely an icon.
Huge congrats on this movie. I loved it so much. Such a pleasure chatting with you both. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thank you very much.